Hello, folks, and welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. I am your paleontology teacher, Jen, and it's time for Fossil Friday. And we're going to talk about this bad boy, Daspletosaurus. So before Tyrannosaurus stomped across Montana, another tyrannosaur ruled the roost, Daspletosaurus. Found in the Two Medicine Formation and the Judith River Formation of Montana, as well as the Oldman and Dinosaur Park formations of Alberta, Daspletosaurus was about 10 or so feet shorter than Tyrannosaurus. There are 3 recognized species that show a transition from Daspletosaurus to Tyrannosaurus. Neat, right? So there's D. turosus, which is the most basal of the 3 species. The next most derived is D. wilsoni, with D. horneri as the most derived and closest to Tyrannosaurus. Here is a diagram showing the changes in the skull morphology and how we go from closer to Tyrannophonius to closer to Tyrannosaurus. Feel free to pause the video so you can read all the cool stuff written here. Daspletosaurus was discovered in 1921 near Steveville, Alberta, by Charles Mortram Sternberg, son of Charles Hazelius Sternberg, of which the Sternberg Museum of Natural History in Hays, Kansas is named for. Initially, Sternberg, Jr., thought it was a new species of Gorgosaurus. It wasn't until 1970, when Dale Russell described and named the fossil completely, that he decided it was something different and named it Daspletosaurus turosus, which means muscular frightful lizard. Daspletosaurus was discovered in 1921 near Steveville, Alberta, by Charles Mortram Sternberg, son of Charles Hazelius Sternberg, of which the Sternberg Museum of Natural History in Hays, Kansas is named for. Initially, Sternberg Jr. thought it was a new species of Gorgosaurus. It wasn't until 1970, when Dale Russell fully described the animal, that he decided it was something different and named the fossil Daspletosaurus turosus, which means muscular frightful lizard. Seems fitting. Daspletosaurus averaged between 28 and 30 feet in length and was about 7.2 feet at the hip. It also had the longest front limbs in proportion to its body of any tyrannosaurid. There is evidence that Daspletosaurus lived in social groups. A bone bed in the Two Medicine Formation contains remains of a large adult, a small juvenile, and an intermediate teenager-sized individual. And it could be taphonomic bias, but nothing can be ruled out just yet. So maybe they did hunt in packs. Daspletosaurus lived alongside a wide variety of animals, including the famous Maiasaura, Brachylophosaurus, Coronosaurus, Albertoceratops, and even fellow Tyrannosaur Gorgosaurus. During the early late Cretaceous, when Daspletosaurus was alive, North America was split into 2 continents by the Western Interior Seaway, Laramidia and Appalachia. Daspletosaurus lived in Laramidia to the west, mostly in the north-central reaches. Gorgosaurus tended to be further north. It lived on a vast floodplain that had the seaway on the east, and to the west, the beginnings of the Rocky Mountains. Volcanic eruptions periodically blanketed the land with ash as well, and there's plenty of ash layers found. I know of for sure in the Two Medicine Formation because I've seen those ash layers, but probably in other areas as well of that same age. So there were probably periodic moments where things got wiped out thanks to ash. Now, I hope you got to learn a lot about Daspletosaurus today, and you can tune in Monday to learn about the things that Tyrannosaurus did not evolve into that keep getting misconstrued. But until then, have a good weekend, and I will fossilize you later.